Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. First off, I want to thank everyone for liking, subscribing, and sharing my content. You guys rule, and I appreciate the constant love and support. Today's video will be about Nebulas. I remember there being a lot of buzz about it during its ICO, but I didn't know anything about it, so I chose to do some research. Quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. All investments have inherent risk. Please do your own research. In the spirit of transparency, I do not own any Nebulas. If you like my t-shirt and you want to pick one up, you can go to the merch section on my website, or if you'd like to support my channel, you can become one of my patrons. I'll leave all the links down below for everything, and please hit that like button and that subscribe button if you have not already. Today's video is going to be about Nebulas. Blockchain technology and the crypto space as a whole is getting more complex and more involved with each new project that's coming out. We have loads of decentralized applications, also known as dApps, smart contracts, new currencies, and all kinds of innovative projects that are constantly being created. When the internet began, hundreds of thousands of websites started popping up, and early adopters could visit those sites by typing in a web address, but soon people wanted to know what else was out there that maybe they didn't have the direct address to, and that's how search engines came about. Nebulas is striving to solve a problem that we will likely be experiencing in the near future, but we may not be experiencing quite yet. Let's start with the team. The Nebulas platform was built by a team of 14 members. The CEO, Hitter Zhu, is a former director of Ant's financial blockchain platform, Alibaba's financial arm, and part of Google's search and anti-fraud team. Since 2013, Hitters has founded Bits Club, the very first blockchain and Bitcoin community in China, ICO 365, one of the largest ICO platforms, and FBG Capital, one of the earliest crypto funds. He's also one of the founders of Neo, a small project that you may have heard of. Robin Zong is the co-founder of Nebulas and the former head of Ant Financial's department. He also previously worked for the Dolphin browser. Arrow Wang is another co-founder of Nebulas as well as Neo. He is the initiator of OpenIP and the IP community. He's a self-proclaimed serial entrepreneur in the blockchain industry. Let's move on to the ICO. The Nebulas presale started on December 1st, 2017, and in just over 2 weeks, they had hit their hard cap of 60 million. Out of the 100 million available tokens, 30% were sold during the presale, and the ICO price was one Nebulas token to $2 in USD. The remaining 70% of the tokens were broken up as follows: 10% for the initial funding round, 5% for the Nebulas Foundation, 35% is kept in the community reserve, and the final 20% is for the team and the advisors. Important note to mention is that the team tokens are on a 3-year vesting schedule. Up next is technology. The Nebulas coin is a utility token, meaning users of the Nebulas ecosystem will use these coins to pay for transaction fees within the ecosystem and pay for computing services. Since moving to their mainnet, they state that they can handle up to 2,000 transactions per second. Nebulas uses a proof of devotion or POD consensus algorithm. I'd never heard of this before, so I'm going to quote directly from the white paper here for accuracy. POD gives an influential user on the Nebulas blockchain an opportunity to become a bookkeeper and receive Nebulas block rewards and transaction fees as revenue. This will encourage them to contribute to the stability and the security of the Nebulas blockchain on a continuous basis. Users with Nebulas ranking values higher than a specified threshold may take part in the bookkeeping selection procedure. They'll do this by paying a security deposit. Through virtual mining, each bookkeeper candidate competes to earn bookkeeping rights. Users with bookkeeping rights are responsible for block generation and in return receive block rewards and transaction fees as revenue. If any user behaves in an inappropriate fashion, the user's security deposit will be confiscated and reassigned to another bookkeeper candidate. I may be oversimplifying here, but it sounds to me like proof of devotion is very similar to delegated proof of stake. Nebulas has stated that they are a decentralized platform which provides a search framework for all blockchains. The nickname for this project is the new Google. While the two are very similar in purpose, they hold two very different use cases. Google is intended for day-to-day internet information searches, while Nebulas aims to provide a platform for searching and finding the most appropriate dApps, smart contracts, and blockchain assets for each individual user. The major components of this project are the Nebulas Rank, or NR, the Nebulas Force, or NF, the Developer Incentive Program, or DIP, and the Search Engine for Decentralized Applications. The Nebulas Rank. It sets up a standardized measure of value for components on the blockchain. Think like Google's PageRank. Nebulas Rank measures values according to 3 characteristics. Liquidity. This comes down to transaction frequency and scale. Essentially, the tokens that are transacted in the highest volume will be valued at the highest. Propagation. It is important to differentiate between liquidity. Is it widespread or is it just coming from a few users? That's a better indication of true utilization. Interoperability. On the blockchain, there will be more information of users' assets, smart contracts, and dApps. And also, there will be more frequent interactions among them. This makes interoperability really important. Think the more connected a node is to the rest of the nodes on the network, the more interoperable it is, and the more connected, the higher the ranking. Nebulas Force. This provides the Nebulas blockchain and its distributed applications built on top the capability to self-evolve. With Nebula's Force, developers can update the protocol, preventing divides in the community and preventing hard forks. The developer incentive program was designed to build a blockchain ecosystem in a better way. The Nebulas token incentives will help top developers to create more valuable applications in Nebulas. Search engine for decentralized applications. Nebulas constructs a search engine for decentralized applications based on the Nebulas value ranking. Using this engine, users can easily find desired decentralized applications from the massive market. By providing the blockchain a search engine, the Nebulas ranking system will allow users to locate dApps and smart contracts. For example, let's say that you're looking for a dApp like CryptoKitties, and there's a lot of other similar dApps out there right now. So the Nebula search engine would use the data from multiple locations and their ranking system to locate the app that's most likely to be the one that you're looking for. That brings us to present day. Currently, Nebula sits at number 58 on LiveCoinWatch with a market cap value of $207 million. If you're interested in buying Nebulas, you can get it on Huobi, Binance, and OKX. The circulating supply is 45.5 million tokens, and the total supply is 100 million tokens. On March 30th of 2018, the Nebulas mainnet was formally launched, and the Nebulas 1.0 was officially released. They now have a mobile app, which can be found on the Google Play Store as well as the Apple App Store. They also have a web wallet, but you have to go on GitHub to set it up. I personally use the mobile wallet, and it's very easy to set up, and it's very easy to use. On May 22nd, their token swap started from the ERC20 NAS tokens to their mainnet tokens. It was a 1-to-1 swap. The team requested that people leave their tokens on either Huobi or the Gate exchange. The first season of their incentive program just ended. The Nebulas incentive program was created to encourage people to build on the Nebulas blockchain. This program consists of two streams. The developer incentive. Global developers are invited to build projects on top of the Nebulas blockchain, and then they will be rewarded in NAS tokens. And then they have the referral incentive. This is a program in which referrers who successfully invite developers to the ecosystem will also be rewarded in NAS tokens. The season just ended on July 2nd, and Nebulas was offering weekly and monthly rewards. First place for the weekly rewards received 10,000 NAS, which is around 70,000 in US dollars. The top monthly reward was 20,000 NAS, which is around 140 US dollars. That's a pretty amazing incentive. If anyone is interested in participating in their developer program, I left the referral link down below. You guys should go sign up. On to their partners. Most of the companies that have partnered with Nebulas are companies in which their co-founder acts as an advisor. The organizations also offer services relevant to NAS. Loopring, for example, is a decentralized platform that aims to become the financial system of the future. Bits Club and FBG Capital are organizations that are founded by Zoo. They're advisors. In addition to having a very well-versed team, Nebulas has a long list of distinguished advisors. Edith Young is one of the team's advisors, and she's a Silicon Valley lead investor. She's partnered with 500 different startups, and her contribution to the Nebulas platform is immense considering that she has a lot of connections in Silicon Valley. Coming up to look forward to, the Nebulas team has not yet implemented their proof of devotion algorithm. They're planning to have it completed by Q4 of 2019. While that may be a ways away, we also have to realize that good innovation takes time. In Q4 of 2018, they're expected to have the Nebulas ranks for each address on the Nebulas ecosystem. This will help users and developers in finding more value in the ecosystem. On to the pros. So the Nebulas ranking system may be the first to integrate search engine capability into the blockchain. This concept is really cool, and I think it's definitely one of those things that we don't know we need yet, but will be extremely useful when we do. Nebula supports JavaScript for smart contract development, making the entry level easy for all developers. And they have a really strong team with a lot of experience in the space. On to the cons. The Nebulas protocol is only modifiable by the Nebulas core developers. Although this isn't really a negative, I wouldn't call the platform self-evolving. It's definitely a limiting factor, and it's a centralization factor. The protocol updates will be applied via hard-coded signature into the Genesis block, and this means that there's a potential for network compromise. Final thoughts. Nebulas is an impressive project. They have a strong team, and they've chosen to focus on something that doesn't exist yet in the crypto space, and to me that is hugely important. The project is very ambitious, and they still have a lot to deliver to the community. Their roadmap is pushing out till about 2019. However, I do think the project is strong and will have a bright future. Alright guys, that about wraps it up for me today. As usual, I want to thank everybody for watching. Please like, please subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all soon.